Alright, gamers. Time to play Mass Effect 3. Whoa, wait. Hold on a second. What do you mean Mass Effect 3 sucks? Alright, gamers. To be perfectly honest, I am a huge fan of the Mass Effect series. Just a massive fan. And when I heard they were coming out with a Mass Effect 3, I was as giddy as the rest of you. But to the same token, I didn't know that I was in for what I was in for. Each game that passes the Mass Effect series, I honestly gotta say, the story is superb quality, and the combat feels more refined. Step in the right direction is combat. Combat is still having some problems, but overall it gives you a lot more epic feel, and it just feels a lot more just better. I mean, just look at this. This actually looks like I'm fighting in a futuristic battle for the survival of not only the human race, but all races. This actually is done surprisingly well. Hell, they even let you have turrets. Granted, I'm not exactly fond of turret sections, but this is just really well done in terms of combat, giving you just a much wider scope and feels you. It gives you a really good atmosphere. Even the graphics and detail looks just superb, and what a battlefield would actually look like if you're fighting against these gigantic Reapers. Downside point is that your rosters only has 6 people on it. Well, 7 with the DLC, but BioWare, you will get no more money out of me. Tell Mass Effect 4. That is. Hey, don't look at me like that. You know you're gonna buy it too. Also, this is a small spoiler, but a couple of people along your journey die that you went to the trouble of keeping everybody alive last mission. Now, it just seems like some of the people there are just getting unceremoniously killed. At the same token, the deaths do feel and weigh very important, but I would have loved to talk with them more and have a much more deeper and emotional connection with them on this game, because if I'm just somebody else that's coming into this game, this is my first one in the whole Mass Effect series, I have no idea who the fuck these people are. They do nothing to set the stand. They do nothing to set up their characters, the struggles they go through, and it feels like, oh yeah, bye, hi, by the way, oh, I dead. Hi, by the way, I'm over here. I'm dead. Hi, dead. Seriously? I mean, seriously? That's just adding to body count. If you wanted to do it properly, give them something. Let them build it up. Let them build up, oh yeah, you know this. Don't make it optional for the player to go down there. If you're not new to the Mass Effect genre, then of course you're going to go down there. But if you are new, you're just going to hit the galaxy map. You're not going to know to go down there. You're not going to know to talk to these people. You're not going to give a damn. I mean, hell, why can't you go have drinks with a couple of the guys that are about to die? I mean, come on. Build an emotional connection. This is what BioWare is based off of. Come on, guys. Really? I mean, this is the best you can do? And this is basically what your allies that aren't with you on the mission are reduced to right here. That they just help out your galactic readiness to fend off, like, all of the people, I guess, that are all the aliens that are trying to destroy you. And I mean, there's just so many freaking people they could have put in the roster. They chose not to. Instead, they're just gonna tack them on as name only, going, yeah, by the way, remember this person? Yeah, well, they're technically going to be in the final battle. Technically is not good enough. I would loved to have all the roster, plus the new additions, and any person that didn't die. I would have loved to go in full force, just all in, but that isn't the case. It just doesn't mesh up at all. And I don't understand what they were thinking when they did this. They couldn't have believed that this would be a proper usage of all the characters that we came to know. And yes, most of these characters you do actually have to do missions for in order to get them to even provide this backup. So basically you have to do loyalty missions all over again, except they're slightly different. Come on. A loyalty mission is a loyalty mission. It's never going to be anything different. The thing I was hoping that would just be epic was the multiplayer. However, it just feels more tacked on than epic in any way I could have thought it would be. It just doesn't feel very critical to the overall cause. I mean, yes, it helps out your galactic readiness, and that's supposed to help in the overall thing, but I just don't get the feel for it like, oh yeah, this is dire that I need to play the multiplayer, or I've got to go play this with my friends immediately. I have spent more than countless hours looking at this multiplayer and just going, why? Why would I spend countless hours playing this? This doesn't make too much sense to me. Not to say that isn't fun, but I just wish you had a lot more options, like maybe a medic class, or certain other things that are just more team focused. This more or less feels like, hey, you're a bunch of mercenaries that we hired, by the way, get the job done, good luck, bye. That doesn't seem right. At the very least, I would have loved to, have, almost care packages, like a Solarian STG team, or calling down orbital strikes on targets. That would have been freaking epic. But instead, you just have 3 missions, or more, depending on which level you choose. But if you choose anything more than bronze, you're going to get your ass handed to you quickly. But essentially, you're reduced down to, okay, go get missions in order to get credits. And you won't get any credits if you don't complete those missions. And if you don't complete those missions, you're going to fail that mission. So it's kind of like, why? I mean, I don't know why they would put that in there like that. And also, is the store in this? The store, I guess, would be smart, but it's not. It's really not smart at all. You buy these packs that give you random guesses of what you're going to get. It could be an upgrade. It could be a sniper rail amp. It could be literally everything else but what you need at the time. And you're basically going to be sitting up there looking at the screen like, I didn't need another one of those. I have about 4 of those. That's not going to help me. Well, too bad. It's more of a randomized packer thing. It's like getting a Pokemon card in a Pokemon card game. It just doesn't make sense that they would organize the store like this. It'd be a lot smarter if they made it so that you could buy certain items more than the other one. Maybe make the Madoc pretty pricey, or make something else pretty pricey. That's something I would work towards. Overall, it just doesn't feel like they truly invested a whole lot of time into this and a whole lot of effort into this. Now the ending. I don't hate the ending. I just feel really disappointed. The ending should have been handled a lot better than this. I mean, with a little bit more care and a little bit, I don't know, smarter scenarios, I would say, then maybe we would end up with something other than go over here, go over there, or go over there as an ending, which doesn't feel like true Mass Effect. And it just feels like a cheap cop-out to what should have been an awesome, iconic moment in the entire Mass Effect series. Just completely taking all your choices and finally bringing them to a head. I guess we have to wait for additional ones for that, but that just feels extraordinarily cheap. And I'm just, like I said, really disappointed in how they decided to do this ending. It's just not fair to the gamers. It's not fair to the fans of the series that they would do this. And in such a great, masterfully story-driven game, they would do this, and that's what people are really getting pissed off about. That this is what it comes down to. Blue, red, or jump into a giant-ass beam. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. Not fair. I'm going to talk a little bit about indoctrination theory. There's a theory that's been going around. It's called the indoctrination theory. That the ending wasn't the actual ending. That was in Shepard's subconscious. And I really challenge players to look around. Look around for little signs and little things in the universe that will really make you go either one side of the indoctrination theory where you actually believe it, or the other side where you feel like they just kind of screwed up the ending. This is BioWare. And honestly, I'm trying to remain non-biased in the thing. Even as a Mass Effect fan, it just makes me more excited to see where they're going to take the series. All in all, Mass Effect 3 isn't that bad of a game. However, it's not good for people to try to jump in on this series. Even with its multiplayer, it's still not a good bridge point for people to enter into the series on. This is a horrible entry point. If you're already a fan of Mass Effect, you've already bought the game. And if you're looking for me to rip apart the game, look somewhere else. I actually like Mass Effect's storyline. It's well integrated. It receives an 8 out of 10. It's a great game. And if you are a fan of Mass Effect series, you owe it to yourself to play this game. You owe it to yourself to immerse yourself in the storyline. It's worth playing, even if you do get angry about what the company's done and where it's going. And that's about all I got for you guys. This has been Wolf of the Wolfpack. Wolf out.